Hi, my name is Grace, and in May 2025, I was diagnosed with severe emphysema. And here is my rehabilitation journey at the FE Hospital in Vietnam. In a long first week because I left Ireland on Monday morning and I flew to Doha from Dublin, which was a 7.5 hour flight. I had no issues with the flight, no pain, no pressure, nothing. Then I had a 2 hour, 50-minute stopover in Doha, and then I took a second 7 hour flight from Doha to Saigon. The flight was fine. Qatar is a brilliant airline. It worked out great. In Saigon, I had paid for the fast track, which cost €20, and they basically walked me through customs. It was really, really easy, and it is so worth to pay the 20 quid. So I arrived at the FE Hospital now, and I'm just getting ready to go into admissions to check in. This morning, my appointments start with my nephrologist first, then physiotherapy, and then a rehabilitationist. So I've just come out of the FE Hospital there. The service is absolutely fantastic. They were flying. They did all the blood tests, have all the blood results, had 2 ultrasounds, and also saw a doctor. And the entire thing cost €220. I just came out of my treatments this morning in the FE Hospital here in Vietnam. I had a full round of bloods, 2 ultrasounds, saw 2 different consultants, and also had my appointment with physiotherapy and rehabilitation, and the entire thing worked out as €220. The service here is fantastic. The hospitals are spotless clean. There's no waiting list, no waiting times, nothing. At the hotel now, and I'm resting because I have the FE Hospital again at 8 a.m. where I have 2 more consultants tomorrow, and they were going to check my heart and my stomach. So cardiology and gastronomy in the morning. I'm going in fasting like I did today. I have the hospital again now tomorrow. I have cardiology and gastronomy.
So good morning, it's 6 a.m. here in Saigon, and I'm up because at 7 a.m. I have to be at the FE Hospital. This morning I have cardiology, gastroenterology and hepatology. I'm fasting right now in case that I have to have an endoscopy this afternoon. This morning now, waiting on the car to come and collect me. I'm a little bit nervous about today, about the endoscopy, if I'm actually going to have it. But otherwise it's doing really well. Today the doctors were amazing. Yeah, they let you ask as many questions and they stayed with you until you understood exactly what was going on. They also gave me all my results yesterday in English printed for me. They also gave me access to all of my ultrasound scans via email. I arrived now this morning again at the FE Hospital. I want to talk about the physiotherapy yesterday. So I went to physiotherapy. I had a physiotherapist called Lynn and a rehabilitationist called Kim. The 2 girls were with me the whole time. It was a private session. They taught me how to cough properly. I honestly thought I was able to cough, but apparently I'm not. They also taught me how to do diaphragmatic breathing. So they also taught me how to breathe properly. I was convinced I was able to breathe and I knew what I was doing. And it wasn't until she put her hand on my stomach that I realized that my stomach was not doing what it was supposed to be doing. If I had been in a group setting, I would have convinced myself that I knew exactly what I was doing and I would have been doing it wrong. So I'm so glad that I had the 2 girls privately yesterday to show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Now it's 7:20 and I'm just getting ready to scan in. When I scan in this morning, all of my files will be sent to the relevant department, and there's a porter inside waiting for me at the door with my name on a sign, and they will take me to where I'm supposed to be this morning. So I want to talk about the physiotherapist yesterday. She taught me how to cough. Obviously I thought I knew how to cough, but she taught me how to cough that would stop me from pulling the muscles in my chest and back, which was very important because in the last couple of weeks I have been doing that and it's very painful. Hi, I didn't make any videos yesterday because I was exhausted after the hospital. I went yesterday and I saw the gastroenterologist and I also saw the cardiology. They did a Doppler ultrasound and they did a transthoracic echocardiogram on my heart. My heart is fine, thank God. They also did all the bloods again yesterday, and the total cost for gastroenterology and cardiology, including all the tests, cost me €250. There's no waiting here. The doctors apologised to me yesterday because one of the doctors was 4 minutes late. The porters are waiting for you at the front door. They walk you from one section to another. You're never left on your own. You're not wandering around. It is so well organised. In with your card in the morning, and all of your files are sent to the relevant department, whichever department you're booked in for that day. This afternoon now I have physiotherapy again. I have done all of my consultants and they've all been done in 2.5 days.
Anyone in Ireland who's on a waiting list, if you have any bit of money, get out here and get yourself seen and treated. There's no point in waiting on those lists when the costs out here are so reasonable. Glad that I didn't wait 2 years in Ireland for the pulmonary rehab, because I would have been sitting at home. I've also seen all the consultants that I'm on waiting lists for at home, which could be years. I now know that all of my organs, besides my lungs with the emphysema, are still functioning as they should, which makes me feel a little bit better, because I wasn't sure what was going on. In Ireland, they don't give you a lot of information. They just basically push you through. All the documentation and all the test results is really reassuring here. They give you copies of your scans, they give you copies of your blood tests and any other tests that they do. And it's all in English. It's really easy to read. And then the doctors come back to you and explain everything. No one is rushing you out of their office. If you don't understand, they will explain and explain and explain. None of the doctors had any issue with speaking in English. All of them have been fully fluent in English so far. Heart Cleared yesterday is fantastic, because now I can go into the rest of the pulmonary rehab, the rehabilitation and the physio here at the hospital, and all of the other treatments, the muscle building, the cardio and anything else like that, and not be worried that my body wouldn't be able to take the amount of exercise that I'm going to have to do. Protein powders from Ireland and all of my supplements and vitamins, just to ensure that I can hit my macros every day. I'm aiming to have 110 grams of protein a day to help with the muscle building. As emphysema causes muscle wastage. Now, and I'm early for my appointment this morning or this afternoon, and I'm just waiting on physio and rehabilitation with Lynn and Kim. Now of my 1.5 hour physiotherapy and rehabilitation session, where we did the 6-minute walk test. Then the rehabilitationist also worked on my inspiratory and respiratory muscles, and the physiotherapist explained to me about my neck and shoulder muscles, that because I have hyperinflation, that all these muscles are tense and tight. They also gave me an exercise program to continue at home each day. Next week now to do physio and rehabilitation with the girls 3 more times next week, and I'm really excited about it.